area right now to once again cash in on campaign cash. The first of 3 events in the East Bay wrapped up just a few minutes ago in Oakland. We have a team of reporters covering the president and those protesting his visit. We begin with KTVU's Jana Katsuyama. She is live now near the Scottish Rite Center on Lakeside Drive. That's where the president just spoke and is on the move again. Jana?
That's right, Heather. We're on the backside of the Scottish Rite Center on Madison. You can see all of these police cars and the barricade. That is because they shut down Madison between 14th and 17th Streets. The president's motorcade just left a few minutes ago to go to his next event up in Piedmont. But we want to show you some video of the president arriving right here. Our cameras caught his motorcade as it came in around 3 o'clock this afternoon. We understand that he was here for a fundraiser here at the Scottish Rite Center in Oakland, but he also took some time to meet with city officials. We saw the fire chief, the police chief, city attorney, all of the city dignitaries coming here. We understand they came here because this had already been cleared by the Secret Service, so it was easy for him to meet with them instead of going down to City Hall. It did cause a couple problems, some backups on 880 when they had to shut that down for the motorcade to come through. But as you mentioned, this is his swing through the Bay Area to try and do some fundraising, get a little bit of cash for the upcoming election. Now back here live, you see that they are taking down some of these barriers now that the president has left. No word yet on when they will be reopening this street, but they hope to do it soon. And again, there are some other streets downtown by the Fox Theater, short distance away, that are still closed at this rush hour time because of the president's visit there later at 8 o'clock tonight. Of course, we'll have coverage of that, but obviously a lot of things in flux here as the president moves through town, so people just need to be aware and be flexible as they go through. Reporting live from Oakland, Jana Katsuyama, KTVU, Channel 2 News.
Mentioned, we believe that the president is now on his way to a huge home in Piedmont where he'll be having dinner with a very exclusive group of people. Tickets are more than $38,000 apiece. KTVU's Noel Walker is in Piedmont tonight and tells us even though Piedmont borders Oakland, there are some huge differences between the two cities. Noel?
Yes, there are, Frank. Yeah, we're not likely to see the president arrive either. Take a look. We've got barricades here, both the media and the public being kept at bay. Also, heavily armed police presence here in Piedmont. The actual fundraising house is down around the bend and then around another bend. All the roads leading up to it are closed off. Fundraising has become extremely important for the president, who recently said he expects to be the first sitting president to be outspent.
President's coming.
What? The excitement was building all day.
Yay, Obama.
Sherry Patera and Barbara Danoff took their regular neighborhood walk with a purpose.
To check out Obama's lunch and be a participant.
Will we be having lunch?
Yeah.
Are we having lunch? Oh, not with them at $35,800 a pop.
Their neighbors are hosting President Obama at their Piedmont home for the president's high-priced fundraising swing through the East Bay. Why Piedmont? 2010 census figures showed the dramatic difference in means. Oakland next door has an average household income of just under $77,000 a year, with 13% living below the poverty level. In Piedmont, the average income is more than $283,000 and just 2% below poverty.
And, you know, if Piedmont is a cash register for him, then that's what he has to do.
It's not competitive, so therefore we're the ATM machine.
San Francisco State political science professor Robert Smith says what California lacks in campaign incentive, because it's a solid blue state, it makes up for in cash incentive. California tops both Republican Mitt Romney's and President Obama's lists for contributions. The president has raised more than $33 million here, $6 million more than in his home state.
Obama probably should campaign here. That is, come here to raise, not just to raise money, but to get votes.
Now, the professor says President Obama needs to campaign to get up some enthusiasm, even in the states like California that he expects to win. Reporting live in Piedmont, Noel Walker, KTVU, Channel 2 News.
Protesters have been out all day in downtown Oakland. The president will be attending an event this evening at the Fox Theater, which is just off the way from downtown Oakland. KTVU's Deborah Villone is live on the street near the theater and tells us what's going on there right now. Deborah?
Well, downtown Oakland, the site of so many protests with Oscar Grant, Occupy Oakland, and now the bullhorns are blaring in criticism of President Obama. But first of all, let me show you the crowd waiting to get in. A long line of people snaking along the sidewalk, getting through the security labyrinth. It's very slow going to get into the Fox Theater, and you can see it where it's just a half block away. That's the facade of the theater right there. Now, these folks who are waiting with their tickets, they are nose to nose with protesters who are unhappy with the president's policies. Many of these folks started at City Hall a few blocks away, and then they marched here to get as close as they could. You can take your pick on the issues. The signs are just run the gamut. Everything from decrying medical marijuana raids to immigrant policy, military intervention. The general opinion among his critics is that the president has betrayed them. Of course, Oakland and the East Bay, a big stronghold for Mr. Obama in his 2008 election, and it still is, but today we are hearing from the disenchanted.
There's still deportations taking place every day. We're asking him to comply with his policy and stop our deportations.
For the first time, we're opening the waters to the Arctic to oil drilling unless President Obama stops him before next month.
When the president is a murderer, dropping bombs on children and civilians around the planet, I can't be complicit in that.
He wants to do a lot of things, but he's been, our own Congress is against him.
The president has his defenders here, too, people with signs of support, and, of course, all of those who paid $100 on up to $35,000 to go into the Fox Theater, hear him speak tonight, and, of course, some will actually have a meet and greet with him as well. So far, this is a noisy, a boisterous crowd, but a peaceful crowd. Occupy Oakland did post on their website that they wanted to shut down the president's appearance, but so far we haven't seen an organized Occupy presence here, and of course with the heavy police and the Secret Service here and the perimeter several blocks around the theater, it would be very difficult for anyone to disrupt this event. It's very likely, of course, that the president won't even see these protesters. We're live in Oakland. Deborah Villalone, KTVU, Channel 2 News.
Earlier today, President Obama made a campaign stop in Reno. The president spoke to the Veterans of Foreign Wars annual convention there. He unveiled a new program to help members of the armed forces who are returning to civilian life.
We're going to set up a kind of reverse boot camp for our departing service members. Starting this year, they'll get more personalized assistance as they plan their careers.
Mr. Obama said the program will help returning vets get job training, pursue their education, or start a new business. Republican challenger Mitt Romney is scheduled to speak at that same convention tomorrow. We will have much more on the president's Bay Area visit coming up in just 10 minutes. A protest that lasted nearly all day in Oakland in response to a recent policy shift. We're also monitoring these protesters who have gathered downtown outside theater there, the Fox Theater, and we're also tracking Mr. Obama, who is scheduled to be at a fundraiser next in Piedmont any minute now. Meantime,